Interesting question from Sky Nevin. How many miles per hour would an e-bike have to go to safely keep up with traffic on paved roads? Do you see mopeds or scooters, and do you suppose there are mechanics who really know how to work on e-bikes, mopeds, or scooters? Okay, I don't think you'll have an issue with the speed here. As I've mentioned in previous videos, my experience from having learned to drive in New York is that the people here drive very carefully and very slow, so I don't think you'll have an issue. The plus side, there has been major construction on Beach Road for the last 6 months, maybe close to a year, and it looks like it's wrapping up now. And along certain stretches of Beach Road, I've noticed what appears to be a shoulder. At the very least, it could be used as a bike lane. So they're making efforts to make the traffic a little bit more amenable to bike traffic. I don't see many. There are a few. It's not generally not part of the culture here. Most people have cars, most people have pickups. The few people who do walk and ride bicycles, after a while they tend to get with the program and succumb to peer pressure and end up getting a car. So speed I don't think is an issue. There probably will be mechanics who are able to work on it. The newer e-bikes, maybe not so much, but I'll do a little research and I'll see if I can get some information on that. Send me a model in the comments. Put a model of an e-bike that you're referring to, and I'll see what sort of support exists here for those. So I hope that's helpful. A little, let's see. On a side note, I wonder how easy or hard it would be for a mechanic to get parts for these types of vehicles. An obscure question. I understand that you may not know. Okay, not an obscure question. That's a major consideration because I've seen it happen, and everyone here knows that it's easier to get parts for Toyota and Japanese cars more so than high-end European and American cars. There's a Stretch limo, I forget which brand, maybe Stretch Mercedes or something like that, but it arrived on island. You may have seen it around once or twice, and then now it's permanently parked, and probably due to lack of parts and service. One of the things that you'd have to consider is not only just the parts, but also some of the equipment that's needed to diagnose. So in many of the cases of the high-end cars and newer models, you need a certain types of equipment to actually diagnose the issue that needs to be fixed. And if that's not affordable here, if that doesn't exist here, then it may make repairing that vehicle and that particular issue very difficult. All right, so it is something to be aware of, and that's why I suggest people do a little advanced scouting. You can email me if you like, and I'll find out the kind of car that you're considering shipping, if that is supported here on the island. But you'd be better off buying a car here, a used car here as well, rather than shipping. But I'm rambling, so thanks for the question. I'll see you in the next video. Arnon asked, hi there, loving your channel. Is there a flight school on Saipan? No, there are no flight schools here on Saipan. There are two, I'm told, on Guam. Now, the reason that's of interest to some people is because here on Saipan, we have commuter airlines, Star Marianas, that flies between Saipan and Tinian and Rotan, inter-island and intra-CNMI airline. And as a result, we have a lot of young pilots who are coming through here in an effort to get their required hours on single-engine planes and double-engine planes. So we have people who are interested to find out exactly what the pilot situation is here on the island. So to answer your question, no, there are no flight schools here. There are only two on Guam. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Okay, this is an interesting question. Is it safe to live on Saipan I'm referring to the fact that many weapons of destruction left behind. All right, Saipan was the site of a critical battle during World War II, the Battle of Saipan, and then followed by the Battle of Tinian and the Battle of Guam. And similar to locations around the world in Europe and other battle sites, they are still finding unexploded ordnance 80 years later, yes, even on this little island. However, those do not present a safety issue to the average person. Most of the places that you'll be walking, the public thoroughfares, and even a lot of the trails that the trekkers go on, those are relatively safe, even though you might see signs warning you of unexploded ordnance. Well, I've not heard of any case of anyone being harmed and any of them exploding. When they do find unexploded ordnance, let's say on a construction site, then the construction stops and they bring in a detonations expert and defuse it if it needs to be, or just remove it. So yes, very safe as far as that goes. I've been here for many years, never heard any cases of anyone stepping on an unexploded mine and being hurt. So thanks for the question. See you in the next video.
Subscribe.
You know what a man said.